Woke and Ready TV. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, tap that bell so you be notified every time we drop some content. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get straight to it. You know, I love Rockefeller, the whole Rockefeller era. That was like my favorite team, man. Beanie Sigel, and being from Philly, Beanie Sigel, State Property, Memphis Bleek. You know what I mean? I grew up off Bleek. You know what I'm saying? Like his, you know what I mean? When Jay brought him out, you know, he was just a couple years older than me. He was one of my inspirations that made me want to rap, made me want to go hard. You know what I'm saying? Hold on one second, y'all. I'm gonna pause this video, but I'm gonna get right back to y'all. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, that was like, you couldn't tell me shit about Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Beanie Sigel, you know him coming from Philly. You know what I mean? I think they was like really running shit. I was like 14 at the time, going to high school. Anyway, let me stop reminiscing. I'm gonna just get straight to it. So Bleek, you know, he jumped on what's that? Breakfast Club. And you know, Bleek, he been doing a couple interviews lately. You know what I'm saying? I think he got a podcast out. I watched it. It was dope. Him and Ja. See, this how I tapped in. I'm in with hip hop. You know what I mean? He was like, a lot of people ain't know me and Ja was cool like that. I did. See, I'm such a, you know, a hip hop. What you want to call it? I don't want to say historian. I just know what goes on. I listen. I pay attention to rhymes. I remember on the Hot 97 freestyle when Bleek said the only nigga rock outside of the rock is Rule. When he said that, I was like, oh damn, him and Josh tight like that. Then when they did the Holla Holla song, you know what I mean? He did that not Holla Holla. Was it Holla Holla? Ah, I'm just going. But listen. I'm getting to what I'm about to say. Bleek jumped on you know, Breakfast Club, and he said, yo, Charlemagne was like, yeah, you know, Dame Dash and Beans was saying Jay was writing your records and all that. So Bleek was like, man, why I ain't go triple time platinum if he was writing my rhymes and all that? You know what I'm saying? He, you know, he kind of insulted Beans. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, you doing that much drugs, you ain't see, you don't remember us being in the studio and shit like that. My thing is, first of all, let me get. Then he said, we spent 20 years. Y'all didn't spend 20 years in baseline, bro. You know what I mean? From the time Beans was with y'all, that wasn't 20 years, first of all. Second of all, somebody can write for you. A triple play, it could be an artist that's diamonds. They can write for you. That don't mean that you're going to do the same numbers as them. First of all, Jay-Z is the owner of Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure that his budget is going to be bigger than all of y'all's. So therefore, his album is going to go platinum every time, guaranteed. He might not put as much effort and money behind y'all guys as he would do with himself. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He might put $1 million back in himself, and he might only put like 250,000 behind y'all. You know what I mean? He's still gambling. Y'all his artists. He gonna make sure y'all good, but he ain't gonna put that fucking $1 million budget behind y'all. You know what I mean? Some artists will, like some artists in that time that had, you know, labels and shit, they would do the same for themselves. I mean, for the artists that they would do for themselves. But I don't think Jay-Z was one of those artists. I think he was like, well, I'm gonna give myself this budget, and Bleek can get the leftover. But I'm gonna write some shit for Bleek so his shit could be a little, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that that's the case, that's true. If he wrote, I'm just clearing it up. Like Bleek, that, you know what I mean, that wasn't a good. Like you can sound smart to somebody dumb. You know what I mean? Oh, he wrote my records. He went platinum. So why I ain't go platinum? I just broke it down because you're not him. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to break. He's not going to put that much effort behind you. He already wrote your raps. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, you got to go out there and push your own shit. So let's just make that clear. Secondly, you didn't spend 20 years in baseline. Y'all ain't spent 20 years in baseline. Third of all, that was kind of like an insult at Beans. So, you know what I mean? I'm riding with Beans and Dame on this one, bro. I think Bleek was a little bit out of pocket for the way you know what I mean, he came at Beans. And I love Bleek. You know what I'm saying? I love Bleek. I love Beans. I hope one day that these guys come together and, get you know what I mean, just resolve all the past issues. Come, I would love to see Beans and Bleak on a podcast talking about the good old days. But what I want to say is, how can that happen when Bleak is so loyal to Jay? You know what I mean? He's so loyal to Jay, and first of all, I think Jay need to sit down with Beans, talk. I don't know if that'll ever happen. It might not never happen. You know what I mean? I hope it'll happen one day. You know what I mean? I think everybody, every fan, every Rockefeller fan in the world would love to see y'all guys come together. You know what I mean? If it's just one time, sit down, talk about the, you know what I mean, past days. You know what I mean? Y'all can apologize to each other, whatever. Even when it comes to Damon and Jay, you know what I'm saying? Just sit down and talk. Do it for the people, man. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all owe us that much, man. Y'all just broke up the fucking label and just said, fuck all this shit. The next thing you know, G Unit took over and everybody else started coming in the game. You know what I mean? Y'all had the power to really shift the whole fucking game, man, and keep it going that way where hip hop was supposed to be. Y'all put out like some of the best music around that time, man. I think y'all owe that shit to the fans, but it is what it is. People get older, people egos get involved, and you know what I mean, and motherfuckers have families and shit. You got people in your ear. Nobody really want to admit that, okay, I was wrong. Everybody pointing a finger at everybody else. You know what I mean? Secondly, Bleak was saying something like, yo, I was telling Beans, like, you know what I'm saying? Because Beans was like, if Jay was your man, if that's your man, why you ain't got your own label? And Bleak response was like, because my man ain't going to exploit my ideas. Like, now, that part, I kind of agree with Bleak, you know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like Dame, he was taking on Beans' ideas, and he was gambling on Beans. He was like, all right, Jay got we got Jay like his own boss. You know what I mean? Even though we get a percentage of Jay shit too, Jay got his own thing going. If I keep Beans close by me, we can build a whole nother Rockefeller, whole new, you know what I mean, thing under Rockefeller. And I'm with Beans, I ain't got no talent. Dame ain't had the talent to rap. I'm guarantee you, if Dame had the talent to rap and everybody fuck with Dame, Dame would be out of here to this day. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't have the talent, so he had to, build something else under Rockefeller through Beans. The only thing was Beans just kept getting in trouble, kept, going to jail and shit like that. And then the whole breakup, it kind of fucked everything up. It kind of fucked Dame plans up. You know what I mean? I think Dame could have been more realer with showing Beans the ropes. You know what I mean? Everybody say, that's Beans' fault. Yeah, in a way, it is his fault for not knowing it. Because listen, when you get a record label and all that shit, see, Beans already had the people. He had the people, he had the power, he had Philly. It was only $800 to get an LLC, you know what I mean? He could have got, it ain't had to be state property at the time. It could have been criminal records. He could have just got that, boom, tagged on his motherfucking LLC, Criminal Records, owned by Beanie Sigel. You got all the people. Now you get some new artists. It didn't have to be state property. It didn't have to be Freeway and all them. You know what I'm saying? It could there's thousands of rappers in Philadelphia. I mean, he could have got anybody at that time. Take them to Def Jam or whoever was giving out them distribution deals. This is what I'm doing. You see what Cam did? Cam came right to Rockefeller, did what he did with Dame, got Jewels the deal, got the whole Dipset deal, all that shit, you know what I'm saying, and took off. I understand Beans ain't know the ropes like that, but I'm getting. I don't think it was that hard to figure out, you know what I mean? But when you in the streets and you young and you spending money and you rap and you still gotta put out your albums, you got Rockefeller quotas to meet. I understand why it didn't go down. But you know what I mean? I'm just saying it could have went down like that. And I understand where Beans was coming from because Bleak could have did the same shit. But I think Bleak is just okay where he is. And I think Bleak know that regardless what I do, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to always be okay because Jay is my man. Just like all right, look, Jay-Z and Bleak relationship is one of those relationships, you know what I'm saying? Jay-Z seen Bleak grow up. His family is they tight. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna make sure he's cool all the time. So when Bleek said, why the publishing checks come to me, that's easy. You know what I mean? Jay is out of here. He's rich already. I'm going to make sure you always be good. So that wasn't a good breakdown either to say, why would the publishing check come to me? If that's my man, I'm going to write you a song to make sure you get a publishing check for the rest of your life. You don't owe me nothing. You know what I mean? I'm getting publishing check after publishing checks. I'm good. I'm not gonna be that greedy, and I watch you grow up. And I got the opportunity to write a song. I don't need no credit, because he said, even if I'm your man, I write your song, I need my credit. That's how you think. That's how you think, because you're not in Jay-Z's shoes. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Bleek, you can't be that slow or think we that slow to, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, like, I believe Jay may have wrote some of Bleek rap. I don't think he wrote everything. You know what I mean? And we don't know if that's what Beanie Sigel was talking about. Like he said, he wrote Coming of Age 1 or 2. All right, that's what Jay Dame and Bleek could have been, Dame and Beans could have been referring to. They two of the biggest records that you have with Jay-Z. So of course they probably was talking about that. Like, damn, well, he wrote that shit for y'all. That's two of y'all biggest records together. You know what I'm saying? So, and let me keep it all the way 100. That song is That Your Bitch. And, if y'all go back, I remember, that's Bleek's song. I don't remember the lyrics and all that. That's a Bleek song. But that was a Jay-Z song first, because that's when niggas was bootlegging songs and all that shit. You know what I mean? I remember Jay-Z had that song with Missy Elliott, and he had all these verses. Next thing you know, on one of the songs, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Bleek was spitting those same verses when he came out on his album with the video and all that. That song got leaked one time, and Jay-Z was on. I remember. If anybody can pull up that song, I don't know if it was on YouTube, but I remember back in the day when we had them bootleg mix CDs and all that, that was a Jay-Z song first. So that was a song Jay-Z wrote for you, and that's one of your biggest songs. You know what I mean? I don't know if it went plat. You know what I mean? But it was a Timbaland beat, and it was Missy Elliott. Jay-Z gave you that. Yeah, Jay-Z was doing a lot for you, bro. He was doing a lot for Bleek that he wasn't doing for a lot of other people. He definitely wasn't doing it for no Oskino. He wasn't doing it for no Petey Crack. He wasn't doing it for Beans. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand why Beans and them felt some type of way a little bit, like, well, yeah, he getting his shit wrote by Jay-Z, or he getting Jay-Z help. You know what I'm saying? So come on, Bleek. You got to understand why niggas feel some type of way, yo. Them niggas was in there spitting bars every day. I'm not saying you wasn't spitting that shit, but them niggas was going in. Them Philly niggas came in, you know what I mean, as we do in any situation. We gonna come in and dominate. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just think it was a little crazy. I hope they can resolve their issues, but I think Bleek, he think we was a little slow to say the shit that he was saying, like, man, why I'm getting a publishing check? Because your man made sure you was good for life, bro. Why I ain't go triple platinum? Because you not him. You know what I'm saying? You not him. He didn't put all the money behind you. That if he feel like he got to write your raps and put all his money behind you and let you keep the publishing and all that, you might not go triple platinum. You might go gold. You might even go platinum one time, but you ain't gonna go triple, 4-time platinum. I'm making it where as though you're gonna always be good. You know what I mean? Get your family out the hood. Now you come work for me over here in this business to sell his liquor and all that. Okay, he did what a homie's supposed to do. I think Jay has been a good homie to Bleek. And I think Bleek is all right where he at. Like he said, he never had a job before. Like, you know what I mean? He always looked at Jay like he was that nigga. If anybody looking for him to step outside of the rock or go against Jay-Z, you got another thing coming. Bleek is just one of them guys. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. Jay did too much for that man. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man. What's your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Like this video, Woke and Ready TV. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. You know what I mean? No pun intended to nobody, but I got to keep it real. I got to keep it real, man. Yo, Woke and Ready TV. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Peace and love, y'all.